Well, in this video, which I'm going to try not to keep too long, I'm going to discuss, we're going to compare, really, video games, movies, TV programs, and, music. Those items, we're going to compare them with the Bible. Before I start, feel free to take the discussion. You can find the link to my website. My website contains the ebooks I've written, such as, Awful Truth About College, the Holy Bible Reimagined, and stuff like that. Also, feel free to like, subscribe, feel free to watch any of my other videos. But let's go ahead and discuss this. You'll hear religious people and even social justice warriors, they'll talk about stuff too. Because, as I said before, social justice warriors and theists are basically two different sides of the same coin. Basically they are, but we're going to talk about religious folk. We'll compare this stuff to the Bible, or you can the Quran, whatever holy book you choose. What you hear is that music, lyrics, TV programs, movies, video games are full of sex and violence and drugs and this and that. Well, how about the Bible? We're going to use the Bible in this case, but you can use the Quran or whatever other unholy book you choose. Okay. How about Lot's daughters getting him drunk and raping him? That's in the Bible. Of course, how that even could happen is pretty much impossible, but How about the fact that the Bible has a lot of genocide, and that God is commanding genocide? There are more people murdered in the Bible than any movie or book or whatever you can find. Except for maybe a few movies where they destroy the whole planet, but But they take their Bibles as fact, when of course it's fiction. How about language? How about the fact that they're fine with raping young girls in the Bible? I know, you don't believe me, blah, blah, blah. I already did a video on it, Idiot Atheist does Bible verses, and I have it in there. Okay, just read it. Basically, Moses and then other little patriarchs, they would slaughter the entire freaking village. They bring the children, sometimes they'll bring the children, they will slaughter their parents right in front of them, their brothers right in front of them, and sometimes even their sisters that are not virgins. And now how do you think they check to see if these poor girls are virgins? They strip them naked. Of course, there's really no true way to tell if someone's a virgin. You would think an all-knowing, all-powerful God would know this, but there isn't. And then they rape those kids, because I can assure you they're not having sex willingly. But the Bible's okay with that, and treating women as property. Yeah, you can have violence and sex and drugs and stuff like that in video games and stuff. But are there really any movies, TV programs, music lyrics, or video games that condone rape? Are there? There may be some movies that do have it. There are no video games that glorify rape. But there may be some movies that may have it, but there's nobody that's going to condone it. But the Bible condones it. Okay? I just gave you one example. How about if a woman's found in the field, if she doesn't scream out, she can be stoned to death. If a woman is raped, but she doesn't scream out, she can be stoned to death. So if the guy threatens to cut her throat, she screams, now she can be put to death because she allowed herself to be raped. And that's how they view it. She allowed herself. I mean, seriously, is there anything really that bad in movies, video games, music, or TV programs that aren't any worse? You won't see worse things in the Bible and Quran and any of the other unholy scriptures out there? I mean, just think about it. I'm just asking you to think about it. Because you'll always hear this nonsense. Oh, video games are so bad. Hollywood is evil. I don't care for Hollywood either. Too much. I think those actors and everything are way out of touch with reality, and they have no business telling us what to think and what to do or any of that stuff and giving us their opinions on things. I don't give a flying fuck what they think. But then again, who cares, right? So at least with me talking here, you can turn this off and not even listen to me. You can do the same with them too, but oh well. There's nothing in the Bible That's really glamorous and wonderful. Not much, just some. And then you got Jesus, that everybody loves. Well, I want to say Jesus. And also, watch my video, Jesus died for your sins. Well, I'm sorry, melted on the pizza for your sins. But anyways, he talks about hell a lot in his. Okay, this guy is obsessed with it because you go to hell just for non-belief. Nothing you do will send you to hell. No matter how bad, nasty, evil, mean-spirited, cruel. Don't worry about that. It's just unbelief that sends you to hell. In movies and video games and stuff like that, the bad guy gets what they deserve at the end. And usually pretty bad sometimes, a lot of times. The worse they are, the worse their ending is. Because that's what people want to see. Because that makes more sense. That's why, I've heard Christians say, well, Christianity is the only religion where God sent His Son to die for your sins. You don't got to do nothing to earn your salvation. And they say it like it's a good thing. Then they tell you, well, you can go to hell if you don't believe all that. But other religions, it determines how good you are also. What you're doing matters. Because everybody, except for Christians, realize how stupid and pathetic and immoral it is that sends someone to hell simply for not believing. But someone who's evil and disgusting and trashy can go to heaven as long as they ask for forgiveness of their sins and accept Jesus. That's as immoral as the social justice warriors blaming whites and men for things that were done by their ancestors in the past. That's just immoral, that's unjust, that's disgusting, deceitful, trash type of thinking. That's why you'll see in a lot of my videos, I compare these social justice warrior garbage to these theists. And those social justice warriors are worse, are more hateful, much more hateful, because we have history to learn from. We see the amount of hatred and stuff that religion has brought us. But social justice warriors can't get off of it. I just saw a video yesterday. White men are a plague. No, whites are the plague on the earth. On BuzzFeed. But we're not into that. We're talking about religion. But there's not many redeemable qualities in religion. Seriously, video games, movies, and music is actually better than the Bible. At least in movies, TV programs, and video games, the bad guy usually almost always gets what they deserve by the end of that thing. Not music. Obviously, music is just music. And you don't have to listen to it. If you don't like rap, I don't like rap, okay? I do not really care for it. Except for some exceptions, I don't care for rap. And I'm not that big into hip-hop, I can tolerate hip-hop. And there's some hip-hop songs I like, and I even have them. But, if I don't want to listen to a particular song, I can turn it off. And the same with any movie or anything like that. And it's like the Bible. You can just put it down and not read it. But here's the thing. You will have people coming to your door. I don't think you can hear me knocking, but knocking on your door and trying to sell you their delusion. Please do not knock on my door and sell me your delusion. I'm not interested. I used to be a Christian. I'm not going to do that again. I don't believe that stuff. You're not going to convince me, so don't even try. Thanks. Because anything you say, I've heard it already.